Okay, so I got my laser set up. It took us a little bit of finagling. My tripod was just a little bit too tall by like 3 or 4 inches. And I got a hole here for the center and a hole here for the center. Like if it was actually up like it was supposed to be. I mean,
no. Sorry.
Wait until it stops shaking. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Rent This Flip That, and today is tub installation day. That's right. The last time you were with us, we tore everything out from the toilet to the vanity. We even ripped the whole shower out, and now we're down to the bare walls. I got my level set up right now, and it's time to get this pipe in place so we can get this tub situated. I'm gonna have to pour a mud bed today too. And also, some of the video doesn't have audio, well, because I forgot to turn the microphone on. So you're gonna have to deal with me today as I explain some of what's going on some of the video. Alright guys, let's jump in right here as I try to set my laser level up so I can get this pipe correct. Alright, so we're in here and this is the connection that goes to the actual tub. They got all this stuff in here now, and this thing is already installed. Now the directions say attach this to the tub and then set it down in there, and you can do all your plumbing from down in there. But my brother, the plumber, says just go ahead and leave it, drop the tub where it is, and he can attach everything that needs to go to the plumbing right here. And if he needs to be, this is just shingles with spray foam around it, so he'll have to work his magic around there from down at the bottom. But I think we're gonna do a test fit on this tub right here and see how it fits. Now I got my laser out and it's shining right through the dead center of that. Off the floor, off the finished floor on this side, I have, as you can see, 15 and a 16th. On this side we have 15 and a 16th.
Oh no, I'm in the laser.
Yeah, you're in the laser. 15 and a 16th. And then out here towards the front, we have 15 and an 8. After we test fit it and if it's good to go, we'll pour the mud bed in here and set the tub for the night. Alright, let's go. Alright, so I looked at a couple, installation directions and looked this thing up. I even looked at a couple videos on it. And I'm glad to say this. Most of those guys had this big thing over here. We got lucky because this thing is sitting right where the other one is, so we may just be able to go right up into it. Let's see what that is from the bottom. That's 12 inches.
It's only 12 inches high?
To the center, yeah.
It's got to go. I'll take it.
A razor. Look, a razor. That's why they want you to pour it 2 inches, because this will sit down on the floor, and then all this will be filled in.
Looks like there's a little leg over there. That's weird.
Where'd that come from?
It was just in the cardboard over there.
Yeah, it's looking like this thing is like about 11.5 to 12 inches. Right at 11 3/4 to the center. Alright, so let me go ahead and see if I can drop that thing back down.
Oh, that's why it didn't. No, they had to be on top to do that. Put shingles on it like that. Yeah, you can take that whole contraption out right there and let's attach it to the tub.
Yeah, but then Adam will have to somehow be able to get his hands up in here to squeeze this, because it has to go down in that hole.
I think.
Like if we take this off right now.
Oh, because is this gonna sit to the floor like this?
Yeah. So if I take this off, let's just go through the motions.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Let's see how everything fits.
Oh, but you could do that. You could literally fit it right here, so it's 100, and then put it back on. Do you need something for the tub legs to sit on?
Well, team, after a little more investigating and a lot more research, we decided that if we do it exactly like the directions say, how could it be wrong? So I contacted my brother and told him we are connecting this drain to the tub and we are cutting the pipe off from down below. You will just have to connect it underneath after the tub is dropped. He said that was perfect. Bruh, why didn't you say that to begin with?
So, we started to install the tub the other day, but we ran into a little issue. The parts that go down into the floor was cracked and it also had a hole in it. So I wanted to make sure I had the right parts before we went ahead and installed this tub. So we bought this today. It's not exactly what she was looking for, but it's black. She wanted matte black. So we're gonna go ahead and install this and then maybe change these parts out later. All right, here we go.
Okay team, if you're going to attempt a tub install, you'll appreciate the fact that I walked through every step, made some mistakes along the way, but I came out the other end a little bit more knowledgeable on this subject. Let's start with the drain part. The rubber gasket goes on top of this PVC part and under the tub to seal it from leaking onto the subfloor. Plumber's putty goes under the metal part and you screw it down into the piece from below. This will create a watertight seal. I'm only installing it temporarily because, as I stated, the customer will be changing these to matte black. Now, the drain that goes into the tub has a nut that goes on and then a compression ring. You can see that the big part goes towards the nut and the smaller part goes out. That will fit inside the pipe after you connect it. The top part has the same setup. Remember, the big nut goes on first and the big part of the compression ring goes up inside. Now take a look at this. This part came with a huge rubber gasket, and as you can see, it's slightly tilted back, so I was wondering if I tilt that forward, this thing is going to break. But as you can see, the gasket is fatter on the top and it is skinnier on the bottom, and that takes up the space so you don't have to bend it so far. See these clips? These go on the inside of the PVC thing and it holds that rubber gasket in place. There's one for each side. This is the stopper. Once I put it in and saw how it worked, I thought it was pretty cool. But let me tell you, you don't want to put the stopper in first and then try to install the pipe. And I'll explain why in just a second. If we zoom in and take a look, we'll notice there's a small cotter pin on the inside of that little handle connected. This little hole is supposed to go in between the two plastic pieces and the cotter pin will go inside the slot. Now, how in the world are you going to get that in there if you've already got it in? So you need to take it out and slip it in first and lock it into the plate and then slip it into the pipe from the front. Now we just have to install the screws into the faceplate into the PVC, and boom! This tub is ready to drop. Well team, now that we got that tub stuff situated, it was time to pour the mud bed. Now this is what we're going to be using. Now there's not a whole lot explaining on this, it's pretty simple and straightforward. I just followed the directions and mixed it as directed. I had to go deep into my toolbox to find my drill with a cord on it. I just don't like mixing stuff like this with a cordless drill. I like having power. Okay guys, now that I got the mud bed poured, we went ahead and put some 2x4s in on edge. Now we dry fitted this thing with the 2x4s in just to make sure it was going to go in between the walls, and it was perfect. So I figured if we put these 2x4s in, we could drop the tub in and then pull the 2x4s out and then just set the tub down in the mud bed and press it in with our feet. Sounded like a plan, and that's how we're going to do it. It was pretty tight in there with the tub drain, but I had to finagle it around. Once I got it, I had Kelly to remove the 2x4s, and we set the tub down on the floor all the way.
I'm gonna check it this way. Look at that, it's dead level, so we're good there. And then also we're at level over here. But I wanted to make mention of something, okay? We have this in here, and as you can see, it is about 1/4 of an inch off the tub here, 1/4 of an inch off the tub over there, and it's about 1/4 of an inch off the tub. Remember, we still have to put fur strips on over here, and then that will allow the drywall to come over this lip right here. So keep that in mind. What we're trying to basically do is when we put our fur strips on, is to make it flush right here. So we may have to go just a little bit thicker on this. When you go to put the nails or the screws in, however you attach this, you don't want to pull the tub to the thing. You just want to put shims behind it, because we want to flex the tub out, and then we put our drywall if we have an issue. Plus, the tub might crack. So we want to check all 3 sides for level. Once we get it level, we'll drill our holes and start putting our nails in. All right. So here we go. We're about to attach this thing finally for the end. I got galvanized nails. You're gonna want to use these because if any type of water issues, which we should be sealed off when we get back there, but better be safe than sorry. It is a water issue, and this was needing to go up in the back just slightly. I mean, we were in the lines. The bubble was in the lines, but if you like being perfect, I took that shim back there and shimmed it off, which really helped, because over here we were off 1/4 of an inch, we were off 1/4 of an inch over here, but it was a little bit tight, so when I shimmed it out and actually pulled it right into level, right where it needed to be. Now you're going to want to stick your galvanized nails in the holes. I'm going to stick mine through the shim, okay? Stop right there, and then I'll get a nail set and finish the rest of it off. So it's creaking, huh? Alright, so we'll go ahead and set one here. That's good.
Well guys, that's just about the gist of it. I went ahead and nailed off the rest of the tub. Once I got all the shims and all the nails put all the way around the perimeter, I took my razor knife and I scored the top of the shims and just simply broke them off. The tub was in there pretty tight, and I was pretty happy with the results. It was time to fur out these walls and get it ready for some drywall.
Alright guys, so we're in the bathroom. The next step is to put these fur strips on the wall. I think what I'm going to do is get Kelly started to show what needs to happen here, and then I'm going to get outside and start cutting some drywall. Of course, I'm going to be in here taking some measurements, but if she's in here doing this, I can be out there doing that, and that'll make the day fly by a whole lot quicker. Alright Kelly, so what we need to do here is, I cut these fur strips. All of them are about 1/4 of an inch, and what had happened was, whenever you're framing bathrooms, generally you're opening. I framed a lot of houses, and bathroom width is 5 feet. From here to here. Why? Because the standard tub is 5 feet. So you want to slip that in, and you want it to be kind of up against your studs right here. However, they put these things, we put these fur strips on the wall so that it furs it out. And if you'll see right here, if you take a look right here, what's going on. You see how it's bumped up off the wall like that? Same thing all the way around it. Now when we put this fur strip on like that, what that's supposed to do is bring that out flush like that. So when we put our drywall on, it lifts over that tub right there. You guys have ever seen when people's tubs have that big curve towards the corner over there like that? It's because they didn't do that, and they just put the drywall and it lipped over and it made that little bump towards the bottom of the thing. A lot of times that's the deal with a shower. When a shower has that lip, like ours had a lip. If you don't fur that wall out and you put your drywall over there, it comes running your baseboard and 1/4 around. You got to kind of curve it a little bit. We're going to try to not make that happen today, so that's what the fur strips are for. All right, you ready? All right guys, it's Sunday, it's getting late, I'm ready to get out of here, but I wanted to show you a quick little trick for getting this thing in the wall and being able to hold it out. So I went ahead and drilled me a couple screws for handles. I'm going to use these as handles. And now I'm going to be switching out here. I don't know if you guys have ever used this or not. And if you looked at it, you said, it's just a gimmick. Trust me, this thing is pretty powerful. I was actually surprised how I could get in on an angle really tight. So I'm going to swap it out, this one out, and put the other one in. Goes in like that right there, and then you'll hold it. I mean, it's basically, the power's down here, but holding it like that is like just like holding a tiny little screw gun with a lot of power. All right, so what I'm going to do is take the stud and stick it up in the wall like this here first, and then push it in like that. And then as I round it out right there, see, I didn't lose it. I was able to still hang on to it. That way, all I have to do is go down to the bottom and pull that out flush, pull it up to the top flush, and then if I need to pull out the middle, I can pull out the middle, or if I need to push it in a little bit, I can push it in. But I'm gonna use that little angle gun that I have to put the screws in from this side. It's kind of tight right here, all right? Hang out. Kind of like a palm nailer, you know? Just a little tiny palm nailer, except for your gun's what gives you the power. You're not hooked up to a hose. So I'm just gonna pull this out flush right here and rock it like that. That way, I might need Kelly in here for this. Yeah, let's get Kelly in here. All right, you guys, I got Kelly back in here. I'm gonna explain to her what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna be putting this in with this little angle drill right here, and I have to pull this trigger. If I didn't have to pull the trigger and this was just an actual palm nailer hooked up to air, I could just push it. But this right here, I need to be not only, yeah, that's good. Not only does it need to be pulled forward, but it needs to be rocked. Like, see how I'm pulling it like that? But pull it flush with the shim right here. You'll have to use my screws to handle. It's like that.
What's this?
So you'll be pulling it forward and then rocking it out with the shim like that.
My finger. Okay.
See the shim, how flush with that?
Okay, let's see. How high? Is that high enough?
Yeah, you can go down. You can come down a little bit.
Okay.
That's good. Now pull it out. There you go. Oh my goodness. You grabbed it, didn't it? There we go.
Are you still soaking it in?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I may have not pulled it out all the way.
Woo! I have to probably back that off and then suck it back in. She couldn't hold it tight. That's okay.
I can get a pry bar. Is that, well, there's no stud on the other side to pry off of.
That's okay. I'll back it off and then it should go in this time.
I'm gonna slide this back just a little bit. All right, are you still on the shot?
Yeah. Hey, come here for a second. I might have an idea.
All right.
How about if you pulled that trigger?
Okay, I can do that.
No,
Other way?
Yeah.
Slipped off.
Not good. Teamwork. That looks good. I like it.
Brain work.
All right, so now we got to do the bottom.
Yeah. Get rid of that.
Good. Perfect. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get these pushed in and screwed off. Now, since you guys hanging out, we'll knock this out for you and we'll do the other side and we'll start getting ready for drywall. Catch y'all in just a minute. As top as you can, and then come put one at the bottom.
Put a screw in it?
Yeah. Well guys, it got late on us, but we got the drywall in. That was the most important part, is I wanted to make sure I got the drywall in. So tomorrow, I guess it's Monday, and it'll be a shorter day, but we'll try to get that drywall mudded in there. I think we'll try to get some backer board down, and then hopefully 2 or 3 more days and we'll have the tile floor down, the new vanities in, and the new shower walls in. So I think that's gonna do it for this one. I wasn't sure where I would end these because you know, you're never telling. I don't do my work by the day, I do it pretty much by the job, you know, the progress of what's going on. So we figured that's a good stopping point. So if you guys like what you saw so far, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you want to see us wrap this bathroom up, consider becoming part of the DIY family and go down and hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. All right guys, that's going to do it for me on this one, and I hope to see you on the next one.